What's up, you guys? This is your boy Mookie from the Team Mookie Show. If you are new, listen, if you are new to this channel, please hit the like button and subscribe, favorite, and comment below. Today, we are going to be talking about the president, Donald Trump and Leandra Johnson. And if you're here to this channel, like I say, please hit your like button and the notification bell up if you can. If you can, I will appreciate that very much. So, before we get into the show, make sure y'all share the live. Share, 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 share. Please share. Please share this live. Please share the live stream on today. So we getting ready to go into the show. Everybody that's new to the channel, hit that like button. What's up? What's up, brother? Good to see y'all. I want to thank everybody that wish me a happy birthday. Those who steady continue to wish me a happy birthday. I appreciate y'all so very, 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 very much. Words cannot describe of how I really basically feel on the inside with everybody wishing me a happy birthday. And for those that still sending cash apps, I appreciate y'all so very much. I had a time on my birthday. But today we are going to talk about some couple of things. First thing we're going to talk about is Leandra Johnson. Many of y'all noticed that Leandra Johnson went to rehab. She went to rehab. Uh, and I want to say this before I go there. Shout out to Chubbs that blessed me with that cash app on my birthday. Shout out to Chubbs. She's my best friend. Shout out to her. Y'all make sure y'all support her channel. Subscribe to her. Please do that at this time. Listen, I'm gonna talk about Leandra Johnson and Donald Trump. I'm gonna save him for last. So, and I'm gonna drop the link. Whoever want to come up, and get a perspective on this president that we got, and things like that. But I'm gonna talk about Leandra Johnson. Many of y'all know she just recovered, from her rehab. She passed the whole thing of doing what she did, being drunk and things like that. And it got to the point she finally got some help and she seek help. And this is one of the hold on, the message that she sent out to the people. One of the videos she sent thank you to Larry Reed and to other people that's been in her corner praying for her and holding her up. And this is not really her first time drinking. She has been doing this for a long time, but she basically finally got the help that she need and things like that. And like I say, everybody falls short. Nobody's not perfect. Nobody's not better than anybody. We just gotta learn how to stand grace and pray for people. Okay, so let's hear what Leandra has to say.
Hey everyone, to all of my family, my friends, and my supporters, thank you so much for your continued prayers and love. I do see all of the text messages and all of the phone calls. I'm just taking this time now to just really just woosah. And if y'all know me, like you know me, you know that this is a daily walk, and this has been a daily walk for me for some time now. And I'm yet still growing. So to Larry Reed, thank you so much for waiting. to contact me to get it from me, opposed to everybody else just putting out what they want. Thank you, and I appreciate you and your fans. So just keep me lifted, and I'm gonna get through this. Love you all.
Okay, so that was Leandra Johnson. You know, we're going to play with her going off on one of the people that she supported and sang with down through the years. You know, I guess one of the people that was asking her a question, was she drunk? And I mean, she went in, like literally. When I say she went in, she went in. So I want to play this to y'all, and y'all give me y'all perspective.
Tamika, Lily, is you drunk, baby? Question mark. Let me say, Tamika, let me tell you something. That's a question that you should not ask when it's somebody's birthday. When it's somebody's birthday, we turn up. When it's somebody else's birthday, we turn up. But when you want to turn up, you want to turn up the way you want to turn up. And guess what? We don't know how you want to turn up. And guess what? That's you know, I'm done with all that. Are you drunk and all this kind of stuff? I'm done with all that. I promise you I'm done with all that. Let me tell you something. I'm done with all that. And I'm giving you energy right now because I want to give you energy, but guess what? No. And they don't want me to give you energy, but it's all about Tally right now. It's not all about if I'm drunk or not.
Thank you, baby.
We're trying to celebrate Tally and Rogers. All right? So how about that? And I'm serious.
Somebody said keep leaving name out your mouth.
That's all I'm saying.
They're gonna get
Brandon?
Am I drunk? Really? That's not the importance of the situation right now.
You don't even look drunk. You ain't even been drinking like that.
Hey, it don't even matter if I look drunk or if I act. None of that.
Okay,
she should have never asked that question.
But that's enough energy wasted on that, you know?
So, guess what? We're going to be litty on my dog's birthday. So how about that? Does that answer your question, ma'am? And I'm going live. I'm going live on my page. And you want to ask that question? I'm going to answer you on my page. Thank you. Am I drunk? Girl, bye.
Now, she went in when she was like, we turning up. But if you look at the first video was basically talking about her going after her recovering, getting help and getting the things that she need. Okay, now let us move on. And I told you I ain't gonna be long, so y'all can share this live. Make sure y'all share it. Now we gonna talk about this next person. The person that we all can't stand. Let me find it quickly. Donald J. Trump. Y'all hear this. Y'all just hear this. Just hear
Breaking
this.
news. This is breaking as of about 10 minutes ago. Judge Juan Merchan has ruled that Donald Trump does not have immunity from the 34 felony convictions decided by the judge. Again, Donald Trump, President-elect Donald Trump, does not have immunity from the 34 felony conviction charges from New York. That this was unofficial business, that none of this was official business that would give Donald Trump any immunity from his actions, period. So Judge Juan Merchan says they're going to move forward, and again, I guess we're going to go now to the sentencing. So who knows what's going to happen with this, but the fireworks never stop around here, do they? You know, Donald Trump thought he was going to skate free on this one, but guess what? Judge Juan Merchan decided differently, and the 34 felony convictions from a jury of American citizens disagrees, and there we go. Love to hear from my Democrats, my MAGAs, my crazies, and my cuckoos, and my burned out light bulbs. Love to hear what you all have to say, but guess what? Guilty! 34 felony convictions, Donald Trump. That should make you throw a hell of a lot of ketchup at the wall tonight. What do you all think? Let me know.
Well, we are talking about a president that has a convicted felon now. Let me just play this quickly. Let me play this. Maybe this will wake up your memory.
When you just want to scream.
Such a screaming spirit in here.
That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this for the record. I'm going to say this for the record, and I'm going to be real brief with my opinion. Everyone that voted for that man, y'all get what y'all deserve. Hear me out. Now, I'm not walking in fear because the Bible said God has not given us the spirit of fear, but the power of love and sound mind. Now, everything that this man is doing, he's basically trying to take every black people back in the day. Trying to take us back. And we're not going back. We're not going back. And I have told people the reason why Trump decided to rerun again for president is because he knew all them convicted felons that he got. He knew that he was going to end up going to jail. He knew it. But he decided to run to try to chase himself out of the things that he got himself into. He felt like maybe I'll run for president. This won't cause me to go to jail. You get what I'm saying? That's what he wanted to do. And everybody that voted for him basically felt bad. And the truth be told, you should. You suffering the consequences. Because now that this man that is in office, this man talking about cutting down Social Security, he already made a new law out for child support where if the baby mama filed child support, she won't get no income tax. So all you baby mamas, y'all listen to me very clearly. If you file child support on your baby daddy according to his law that he passed out, you will not get no income tax. That means it will go straight to the baby daddy. He's talking about cutting down food stamps. He started talking about everything that he's trying to do. And I told people that Donald Trump was in it for the power. Hey, Scorpio mother, I told people that Donald Trump was in it for the power. This man don't care nothing about poor people. He don't care nothing about people that's disabled, that got this, that got that. He only want what's best for him. And I'm not walking in fear, and I'm not surprised because when you know the word of God for yourself and you know that Jesus talked about that these things was going to come to pass. So I'm not surprised of what goes on in the media, but I do know this much. We are in a submissive will of God, and I feel like that the judgment of God is already upon America. That the judgment of God is already on America, and we're in a great tribulation. Some of y'all may not want to accept it, but we are in a tribulation time. The stuff that we see that happen in the scriptures is happening now. So the real people, those that have his name and cover under the blood, shouldn't be surprised about the stuff that's going on in the world. You get what I'm saying? All right, Scorpio Mama. Thank you so much. So what I'm trying to tell you is this man that people that elected for president, I didn't elect him. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I did not elect him. I didn't vote for him because I don't put my faith in man. I put my faith in God. Y'all can take y'all opinion, do whatever y'all want to do. Can't nobody force me to vote. I did not vote for none one. But did Kamala Harris said that this man gonna get in office and he was gonna cut Medicare, cut Social Security. But let me tell you something. If he do that, he got to go to. Let me tell you something. My father told me this before a while back. Trump can pass so many laws and write so many stuff down. At the end of the day, if the Supreme Court don't give the okay of what he's writing down and passing, it don't mean a thing. It don't mean a thing. He can, let me tell y'all something, and I'm gonna say this again for y'all to get an understanding. Trump can pass so many laws, but if the Supreme Court don't okay it, then there's nothing that can be done. You get what I'm saying? So people that voted for him, I hate to say this, and I don't want to say this to be malicious. Y'all getting the consequences that y'all getting. Y'all getting the consequences that y'all are getting. I seen people talking about some of these YouTube content creators talking about something. Man, I should have never voted for Trump. Nah, he talking about doing this. Man, let me shut up before I start cussing out. Before I start cussing. I should have never voted for this man. I thought this man was going to try to make things better. Look what he doing. He fooling everybody. He fooling y'all. He manipulated some of these folks to get votes because he want the power. Trump don't care nothing about nobody but himself. I'm going to say it again. Trump don't give a damn about nobody but himself. Just like Kanye West tried to be on his team. Y'all remember that? Kanye West tried to be a part of a Trump supporter, and look what happened. It backfired on him. And people are like, well, Kanye West got money. I don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about him. Them Republicans did not care for Kanye West. He can have the most $1 billion, $1 million, $1 trillion in the world. Them Republicans don't give a damn about him. Period. You could be a millionaire right now, and then a year, 2 years later, you can be broke. Right? Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you know what, Mark? You know what, bro? He is playing with a lot of people. He is playing with a lot of people. He's creating fire already. And y'all remember when I said back, I believe, was it last year in December or sometimes in January, Scorpio Mom, I hope you remember it. I said the Lord has showed me that 2025 is going to be the year of backfire. It's a lot of stuff that's going to backfire in this season. God is going to let some things happen. We're going to see some stuff that we thought we would never see. Y'all watch when I tell y'all, this is only the beginning. You ain't seen nothing yet. We in a submissive will of God just because people have stopped seeking his word. People have stopped praying. People fear more the president and the government more than they fear God. So now it's to the point God got to allow some things to happen to show people they need to get back in the place where they need to be. But this man does not care about any, and the way he's moving, this is my perspective. I don't think he's going to last for another 5 years. I don't think he's going to last for another 5 years. It might be hard for him to get impeached, but I don't think he's going to last this long because somebody's going to hurt him. The way he's moving in the country, he knows what he's doing. That's why he plotted so many stuff. And why you think he didn't want to release the Trump Project 2025? He didn't want nobody to know what he was getting ready to do. Tell me he gonna shut Black History down. Shit. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell like my daddy say. If that rascal be dumb enough to shut Black History down, that is gonna be a ride. It's gonna be a ride. Because ain't no black folks ain't gonna stand for no shit like that. And see, I want to go off so bad and say what I want to say to some of these folks so bad. Y'all voted for this dude. Y'all know this man is a racist. Y'all know he a bigot. Y'all know this dude don't give a damn about nobody but himself. The man already said he passing. Now, this is what he said he's doing. He even gonna take the LGBT rights away from them. So therefore, the LGBT will no longer have their own rights no more. They won't have their rights to be gay. You get what I'm saying? And I told my mama, I said the day he do that, hell gonna break loose with the LGBTQ. Because they're gonna come after him. And it's a whole lot of them out here. Period. And some of these folk that voted for him, you sitting there crying, oh, what we gonna do? I'm terrified. Whatever a man soweth, those shall he reap. You reap what you sow when you vote evil. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow when you vote evil. Period. You can think what you want to think, but I believe that the judgment of God is up on the America. I believe something is getting ready to hit this nation like never before. I believe it. So you watch when I tell you, God's going to prove himself this year. He's going to prove himself to a lot of people. To a lot of people that's been walking in wicked, that's been doing wrong. God is going to prove himself in this season. Everybody fighting and beefing on these YouTube streets, but they should be. And I'm not telling nobody what they shouldn't do on their channel. You do whatever you want to do. But what you should be doing is focusing on the signs of the time. My God. That's true. That's true. That's true, brother. That's true. That's true. People have turned their back. And God got to allow something to happen. Do y'all agree what I'm saying? Anybody agree what I'm saying? And some people have went against God's will, went against the laws that was in the Bible, that was declared. Some people went against that. And God got to allow some stuff to happen. Listen, I was listening to Martin Luther King. It was a video clip, and I gotta find it. One day I'm gonna have to play it on my platform. But I was listening to a video clip that he was talking about in 1966. And he was talking about, and he said some stuff that stirred my spirit in a good way. I ain't saying in a bad way, because Dr. King had knowledge. Now, he was a God-fearing man. And he said, when he look at America and he see all the corrupting things that happen, he said the Lord had to let him know that it's sickness, it's filth. When we see our country turning against one another and turning against God, this is what he said. This is what Dr. King said. And I thought about that. And he said, it's so sickening to the point where now that people can't hardly tell each other that you love them no more. If you barely can say hi to people. And he said, when I look at this America, it makes me realize that America have really turned their back on God. And I thought about that. And that was so true. That is so true. Because if you look at it, Donald Trump is really trying to take us back to racism. That's what he's trying to do. That's what he's trying to do. Yes, the older saints warned us, Tasha. Yes. And I think that was a warning when people was playing that clip. And this is like a for 2025 prophecy, what he was saying. He was saying that people don't love, the world don't love God. And he told the truth. I mean, this man don't care nothing about nobody. And I'm not panicking. I don't want nobody to think I'm panicking about, because let me tell you something, my help comes from the Lord. I'm not dependent on no president, because a president don't wake me up in the morning. The president don't put food on my table. The president don't give me the breath to breathe. My help comes from God. He's the way, the truth, and the light. So everybody that walking around, you better walking in fear and being scared. You have every right, but you better learn how to get on. I'm gonna tell you like them old folk used to say. You better get on your knees and pray and ask God to cover you in the end of the day because He got the last say so. See, the president can make stuff suggesting, he can break stuff down, but if God don't get the okay from it, it ain't gonna be done. God have the last say so. We in a nation. I could go deeper and say what I want to say, but I don't want to try to make somebody upset. Yeah, but see, Trump yeah, you right, Scorpio Mama. He's trying to take women's rights away from them. He taking the LGBTQ correct. Now, some of the stuff I did have to understand when he said, you know, should no men be going into no ladies' room and no women should be going to no men's room. Now, I totally agree with that. I'm with Philly Phil on that. On that, when she was talking about Trump was saying that, I agree. I agree. Because if you're a man, you're supposed to be a man. If you're a woman, you're supposed to act like a woman. That's how I was brought up. I was brought up old school. You know, I don't judge how people should do, but if God created you a man, you be that. If you're a woman, you be that. Be what God had created you to be. Yeah, yeah. But see, a lot of people, and I'm not judging and taking nobody's rights because everybody has a choice. I believe God give people free will and free choices. Everybody has a choice. And I feel like you cannot take somebody's rights away from them. If somebody want to be gay, that's their right. That's their choice. If somebody want to be straight, that's their right. That's their choice. God give people free will. We can agree to disagree. You don't have to agree with a person's lifestyle, but that is their choice. That is their free will. You get what I'm saying? That is their free will. So that's what he's doing. He's basically taking people's rights away from them and things like that. And I tell you, America, Lord have mercy. We are in a spiritual warfare. If you think, yeah, they push it on us, yeah. But see, he feel like the reason why he said he want to ban same-sex marriage is because he said it's wrong. It's wrong. It's not right. It's basically it's confusing the minds of the people and confusing the kids. That's why he said he wants to ban it. But I told my mama, and my mama said, well, he already legalized that and got that control. I said, what? I said, well, let me tell you something. I told my mama this. I said, let me tell you something. Now that he did that, it's going to be a whole lot of hell breaking loose with the LGBT because they're going to come after him. They're going to come after him. and he thinking he having a time now, they gonna come after him. And what he's trying to do, he's trying to make every poor people, black folks suffer. But ain't none of us ain't going back in them old days no more. That's what he's trying to do. And what he gonna do, watch when I tell you, help me, Holy Ghost. What's gonna end up happening, he gonna do something so dumb. And it's gonna be a whole ride that's gonna cause him to get impeached. Because somebody gonna end up hurting this man. Somebody gonna hurt him. But did the Bible talks about this? Did it say that knowing in the last days that perilous times will come? Didn't it say that men will be lovers of themselves, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctors of devil? Yeah, it was planned. It was planned. I get what you saying, bro. I get what you saying, but in his mind, well, let me say it like this: in the LGBTQ, in their mind, they feel like that he's taking the rights away. You get what I'm saying? They feel like that because in their mind, they feel like, oh, this man finna get in here and he finna destroy stuff. He finna start mess. He finna do this, that, and the third, and all that type of stuff. In their mind, they feel like that he's taking people's rights away. Because once you start saying something about the LGBT and you mention them real bad, all of them gonna come together. That's just how it is. But in a real serious talk, I believe that we on a break of the coming of the Lord. And a lot of people taking God's coming for a joke. Some people don't believe that Jesus is coming back. Some folks think it's a game. Some people think it's to the point where uh maybe God ain't trying to do what he supposed to do. Maybe he ain't coming back. Look at the signs. Look at the time that we living in. Look at the deaths that been taking place from last year into this year now. You don't know when God gonna have your day set. You don't know when you're gonna leave, but God got a day set. I never will forget. My father used to ask everybody a question. He used to ask everybody a question real quickly. He used to say, "How many know your birthday?" And everybody raised their hand. And he said, "How many know your death date?" Nobody didn't raise their hand. And he asked that question because nobody don't know when they're gonna leave. Nobody. But God has a day set. But you got to make sure that you prepared. You got to make sure that your heart is right with God. You got to make sure that your heart is pure. That you don't have any uh bitter in your heart. Because when you leave out of this world and they put you in that box, ain't nobody going in there but you. So you're going to have to stand before God. Don't you know every one of us has a judgment day? Every one of us has a judgment day. And every one of us is breathing amongst God's wind. So instead of us arguing on social media, fighting over petty stuff, we better look and take a look real deep and see what's going on in this nation and find somewhere praying and asking God, Lord, cover us, help us to get more closer. Because I believe that we in America is on the break of the coming of the Lord. God is getting to the point where he's tired. He said, the day you hear my voice, harden not your heart. And you can't tell the Lord that you didn't know. That's why the scriptures say, many are going to come in my name, prophesying, saying, you cast out devils, you did this, you did that. And he going to tell you, depart from me, workers of iniquity. I never knew you. But see, you can't tell the Lord on judgment day, you didn't know. You can't tell him, oh, well, I didn't know that I had an ought with this person and I didn't make it right. I didn't know that me and this person was beefing all these years and you didn't been told me to repent and forgive and move forward. But I still had it in my heart to still hold grudges in my heart. You knew, but you did what you wanted to do, was what you think you wanted to do for was best for you. And whether we know it or not, everybody, even my own self, we all got a judgment day coming. And whatever you do and say, you're going to have to face the master. When it's said and done. When it's said and done. Because I believe that the judgment of God is already up on America. It ain't just with the church now, because the church has been falling astray. Let me say that again. The church has been falling astray. I hate to say it. It used to come the time that preachers used to be concerned about people's souls. They not concerned no more. Nah, it's about money. You turn around 5 times, you're going to be a millionaire. You turn around this and none of this stuff ain't even coming to pass. You're just saying it just to get more money out of the folk pocket. And if you don't give them no money and they don't pay no tithes, they'll throw you out the church. They'll dismiss you. I'm telling the truth. We're in a season where I believe, and y'all hit this like button, y'all share this live. I believe that something is going to hit America. I believe something is coming. And my advice to everybody that's listening to me, everybody need to get in a corner and find somewhere to pray. And stay positive and stay focused. Don't walk in fear. And I'm talking to the believers that really trust God. I ain't talking to the ones that don't believe God. I'm talking to the ones that do. Don't walk in fear, because the Bible said God is not giving us the spirit of fear, but power and the love and the sound mind. See, Those that believe in God and those that have his name, those that continue to step fast on his word, we shouldn't be terrified about what's going on in this world because Jesus talks about it. We depending on our trust in man so much and all of this, and we forgot who the creator is. I see people walking around in fear. Oh, Trump finna do this and he finna do that, all this type of stuff. But you better depend on God in this season. You better depend on him. Because the things he's doing, Trump has already shown you his true colors. He's showing you his true colors. Ain't no doubt about. My grandmama used to say, Trump don't care nothing about nobody but himself. He's in it for the power. He's in it for position. And he feel like if he can get that power, that's it. He can say whatever he want to say, do whatever he want to do to folk. This was already, can y'all understand that this stuff that he was doing was already planned? He already planned this. Him and his Republicans already talked about what he was going to do. And I feel like that if we don't find somewhere and get somewhere and pray and learn how to trust God and stop depending on these politics, because he's the answer of everything. He's the answer. We're in a season where everybody just so walking in fear. The saints of God walking in fear. But just know who your help come from. It comes from God. It don't come from 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 these presidents. Don't get me wrong. God used men and women to give us instructions. He used us to give us orders. But it's one thing when you go too far and when you start doing stuff you ain't got no business doing, that's when you got to start turning yourself over to God. Because I believe that as a known fact that Jesus is coming soon. And all this stuff that we have failed to realize is only temporary. Yeah, he told it. He said what he was going to do. He said what he was going to do. Now everybody panicking, scared, and though I'm talking about the ones that voted for him. I ain't talking about the ones that didn't vote for him. I'm talking about the ones, the silly ones, and that's your right. You want to vote for this man, that's your right. But I'm talking about the ones that voted for him and thinking he gonna make everything new. I'm gonna tell you like my grandmama say, this is what y'all get. Y'all suffering the consequences of voting for this man. You putting your faith in this man. Oh, wait, he gonna change everything. Let me tell you something. I don't care who get in office. The world is not gonna get any better. Let me say that again. I don't care if a woman get in office, another man get in office. The world is not going to get any better. The Bible said that the love of many shall wax cold. That means the world will get worse. It's going to get worse and worse and worse as the day go by. And people have turned their face away from God now. Away from him. That's right, Scorpio Mama. Well, other ones could, well, you say, well, the others could have not done it any better. That's true. That's why I said no matter who get in office, it's not going to change anything. The world is still going to get worse because of the sin of Adam and Eve. Y'all got to look at that. Because of the sin, it's going to get worse than the day goes by. Sickness is taking over, death taking over, people dying with this and dying with diseases and cancer and all this type of stuff is happening. Ain't nothing gonna get any better in this world. Nothing. We better put our trust in God. Y'all don't have to listen, y'all can take my word if y'all want to, but if y'all don't, that's fine. Take heed what I'm saying. If you want to fear, walk in fear, that's your prerogative. But if you're a true believer and you want to pray and you know God is still going to cover his people, do that. Pray. Ask God to touch his people. We in that season now. We see a lot of things that's happening. People on these social media streets beefing over petty stuff. Just childish. I believe Paul or David said in the Bible, he said, when I was a child, I was taught as a child, but when I got older, I put away childish things. Some folks has not put away no childish things. You got people, they come in these new years, they think everything they gonna do better than they did last year, and come find out they dragged the same mess they did last year into this year. Oh, we gonna do better. We gonna leave everything in the past, and then this thing, folks still going back and forth. What does God got to do to get your attention? Who God got to take out for you to get your attention? It should not have to take him to snatch somebody out close to you to make things right, to get you to shut up and stop doing what you're doing. Don't you know when you die and you stand before the Lord in judgment, you're going to have to answer to everything that you do. You're going to have to answer to him. The things you do on social media, the things that you do behind social media, the stuff that you say behind closed door, you're going to have to answer to God. Other people may not see what you're doing, but God's eyes see everything that you're doing. And be careful how you treat God's people. Be careful how you put your mouth. Because I always told my godson, it ain't what they say, it's what the seeds they sow. If it's good seed, you're going to reap good seed. If it's bad seed, you're going to reap bad seed. And for the looks of it, some folk done sowed a whole lot of bad seed and it's backfiring on them. And they thinking when they do evil on these in the world in general, they thinking they gonna get a pass. God gonna give them a pass. But God got a day set for you. Whatever a man soweth, those shall he reap. And I'm trying to encourage somebody. Because life is too short for people going back and forth and doing all this stuff. And don't get me wrong, we all ain't got it together. Every one of us is still a work in progress. God is working on us, you know. But it's up to you. God gave you a free will and free choice. Whether you can walk away, stay in your lane, don't even allow your flesh to feed in negativity. See, that's what you got to crucify, your flesh. You got to tell your flesh, I'm not finna look at that negativity drama. I am not finna waste my time looking at this mess. Because the long your flesh feed into it, long you gonna feed into it. You got to tell yourself, I can do better. And that's when God start blessing you. I believe, and I really want, I've been paying attention, and I've been watching a lot of people on YouTube making commentary, doing what they're doing, and that's their right. You know, but I say sometimes to myself, I said, Lord, is it not? It's one thing. Everybody has a right to do commentary, whoever they want to do it on. That's one thing I don't do. I don't tell nobody what to do on their own platform. Everybody got a right to do whatever they want to do. But at some point again, you're gonna think like, man, this not worth it. You got people that bringing up stuff from 5 to 6 years ago that ain't got nothing to do with them. Just like to talk about past. And what are you gaining from it? I'm so glad I walked away from this mess. And there's been people that told me, man, Mookie, you should let some of these content creators have it. You should just go on and cuss them out. But it ain't worth the doing. It's not. Somebody can tell me right there, hey man, they got your picture on the community wall. They saying this, but let me tell you something. If I'm not feeding into it, it don't matter what they say. They talked about Jesus. But did Jesus get himself worked up? No. Did Jesus find himself uh going off real bad at folks? No. Because somebody was persecuting him, talking bad about him. Jesus took the persecution. That's why he died for all of us. He took it. And when the mean soldiers were so mean to him, they crucified him to the point where the Bible said they pierced him in the side, that blood and water start coming out. And he died for us because of the love that he had. The love that he had. And the Bible said that he stayed in the grave for 3 days. The third day he rose. He rose to give us a chance to do right. Some of you got egos that you need to crush. that you need to ask God to break loose. That ego's got to die. Long as your ego in the way, you're going to find yourself getting triggered back and forth, back and forth. You're going to continue to keep getting triggered by what people say. But you have a choice to respond or to ignore. You can say, okay, I saw such a so and so, but I'm going to clap back to them back. And then you can say, nah, this ain't worth my time. I'm not finna do it. I'm not finna do it. Because when I see things, and most of the majority, half of some of these, and I'm going to say this, and I'm not finna bite my tongue when I'm finna say, majority, half of some of these content creators, they do all this doxing and do all this damn, man, I want to cuss so bad. Y'all just don't know. Want to do all this doxing so bad, but they not going to pull up in real life. Think about it. Am I right, Scorpio mama? Think about it. They do all this dox, but they not going to pull up. They're not going to pull up. They're not going to have a heart-to-heart talk with you. That's why they try to get in where they want to fit in their little clique groups. But just know everything you do, your day coming. Reaping day coming. This is backfire season. God ain't forgot how you stabbed his people. He ain't forgot about how you did a individual wrong. That's what I'm saying, Scorpio mama. I don't get worked over these people. I don't. And if you notice, it's the Lord forgive me, but it's the same shit. And I said I wasn't gonna cuss, but this done got me there now. It's the same shit. Everybody talking about something that's in the past. Everybody talking about this. Oh, well, she did this and he did that. Okay, whatever a person did in their past, that's their business. I'm hearing people pulling up stuff about Philly Field Pass. Whatever she did, that's her business. That don't got nothing to do with nobody. Nobody. And I see why she going in because she have every right to. Folk pulling up Philly Field, talking about some she killed the baby. Man, y'all some sick, twisted individuals. And y'all gonna go straight to hell with gasoline draws. And I meant that. Trying to find stuff to make up stuff. Just because they not on your level and you want to try to find something so old. Like, that's why I don't entertain it. I don't watch these people. I don't. Because if you ain't pulling up face to face, I don't care what you say on social media. The stuff is stupid. We're in a whole new 2025 and people still doing the same shit that they do last year. You got a choice to walk away or feed into it. And oh, I really want to say what I want to say, but I don't want nobody to think I'm being racist or funny. But when it comes to us, sometimes we allow our flesh to feed in so many negativity. We allow our ego to get the best to us to the point where we get triggered. We get triggered of what they saying. And don't you know, when you get triggered, that means basically, in my perspective, in my definition, you giving them something to talk about so they can keep on. Oh yeah, we got victory. We got this person triggered. That's why I don't feed into nothing what nobody say. You said, do you do know by talking about it is also can be a part of the problem too. Yeah, it can be, but that's what I'm saying. People have to, like I say, they have a choice. They have a choice. That's why y'all never seen me like getting on these YouTube streets, going back and forth, going back and forth, going back and forth, going back and forth. Like you ain't never seen me. I have an outside life. I have a real life. If people want to make their living off YouTube, that's their choice. But I have a real life. I have family to take care of. There you go, Natasha. Life is too short. When I was on Vaughn's panel, let me tell y'all something. When I was on Vaughn's panel and God started moving and the Lord began to speak to me and use me, Scorpio Mama, remember this. I said I wasn't taking no sides, but the Lord spoke to me very clearly. He said, enough is enough. Enough is enough. You know, and what we failed to realize, Jesus is coming back. And I know what people want to do is content, but everything, some things ain't content. Doxing people and slandering people names, that's not no content. I don't consider that. Doxing is illegal. But you got people that still find themselves doing that stuff. And I don't understand that. I just don't understand it. People talking about the same thing over and over and over and over and over. It's not getting anywhere in life. It's not getting anywhere. Because one day you're going to eventually, a person can only take so much. And when you get taken so much, you're going to get tired to the point like, you know what? It is what it is. That's right. That's right, bro. That's right. That's right. You can't. You can't. You can't. But I'm just speaking this in general. I'm not coming at nobody. I'm not coming at nobody sideways because I love everybody. And God knows I can. That's that, and there you go. People get killed on these YouTube streets. Some folks take their lives. This is what my grandpa was saying. Cause it's one thing to entertain, but it's another thing when you go too far. Like y'all don't never see that when it comes to me, though. Y'all really don't see me going back and forth. Now I can't change other people's perspective, But I'm just speaking in general. I can't change other people's perspective of what they feel and what they do. Whatever they do on their content is on them. I'm speaking for me, and I'm speaking this thing in general. Like, at some point, you gonna say it's not worth it. There you go. You gotta change your mindset. Your mindset got to change. You got to change your mindset. And let me say this too. If people walk out of your life, just let them go. Let them go. Because you can't make peace with everybody that don't want to make peace with themselves. You hear what I say? Oh, I've been let it go, brother. I've been done that. That's why you don't see me out here making lives about these content creators. I've been, if anybody would tell you, I've been done that. You know, I get what you're saying and respect what you're saying, but I've been done that. But I'm just speaking to encourage people, that telling them, you know, life is short. You know, life is short, and I just pray that God will touch the minds of the people. That's all I can do. I will say it's been 3 years for me since I've spoken. It's been 3 years for me, because I ain't said nothing about these people since 20, think 2020, 2023. Either, yeah. So that's why I've been moved on. I'm just saying this, speaking in general, to encourage people. You know, people has a right to do whatever they want to do. I'm not forcing nobody. I'm just saying this in general. I just feel led in my spirit to say this in my platform. You know, God is really soon to return. And whether we know it or not, we all got to leave here. We all got to leave here. We got to leave this world one day. And I've been just there thinking, like, Lord, help, help your people, help your people. And sometimes I have to tell the Lord, Lord, help me to keep my heart pure, because I don't want to have nothing in my heart against nobody. Because when I want to die with a clean record, to hear God say, well done. See, I can't speak for everybody else. God gonna judge me. My heart is pure, because I gotta see Jesus when it's all over with. You get what I'm saying? People is getting out of here. This is what I'm trying to. I'm speaking. If y'all listen, what I'm saying, I'm speaking this in general. I never will forget my grandfather. You know, God rest his soul. He was a bishop, and there was a young man that came in the church, and they could tell he had something that was going on. Uh, but nobody couldn't even figure out what it was. And my grandpa, the Lord was moving in the service, and he reached over to the young man and got to laying hands on him and praying because grandpa saw death getting ready to hit him. And he began to pray, and God began to tell grandpa. And sometimes seasoned saints, them the ones that have the strong discernment. And he began to tell him, God said this could be your last time. Get it right. He started laughing like God wasn't going to do nothing to him. He started kikiing, ha-ha, outside of the church. He said, I'll be back. And he never came back. 15 minutes later, he went to the store. The same day after he got prayer, he went to the store. And by the time he was getting ready to pay whatever he was going to pay, he felt dead. Just like that. See, you don't have to be too sick to die. You don't have to be too sick to leave this world, to get out of here. You hear what I'm saying? Felt dead. Felt dead. Because in his mind, he felt like he had time to do what he wanted to do. He died. See, nobody don't know when God gonna call you. This is why I said life is too short. Life is too short. We all got to see Jesus for ourselves when it's all over with. We all gonna see Jesus for ourselves. You said I had to show my ex I was not playing with him. Now who's the fool? I know that's right, Scorpio Mama. But you know what? A person can only take so much, even in a relationship. You can only take so much from a person. Because at the end of the day, you can't make a person want to be with you. You can't make a person love you. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? You can only take so much from a person. And then when you take so much, you're going to get tired and you're going to get fed up and you're going to walk away and say, look, I've had it. I can't do this no more. Now, you can forgive a person from a distance. You don't have to associate with your exes because they're in your past. Somebody, you mean to tell me you ain't gonna forgive your ex and get back with them? No, you can't make a person want to be with somebody if they decided to go forward with their life. You cannot sit up there and allow somebody to stay with somebody that's in their past that done them wrong. Ain't no way in the world that I would tell a man or a woman, hey, no matter what they done to you wrong, you stay in there. You stay in there. I would never do that. And the reason why so many homes and relationships and marriages, and watch this, help me, Holy Ghost, is breaking up It's because somebody ain't praying, ain't putting God first, and ain't doing what they supposed to be doing to keep their house in order. You got people, they got messed up houses, and they trying to fix somebody else's house because their house is out of order. You can't straighten up nobody's house if your house ain't in order. That's just like a pastor trying to pastor a church and trying to tell everybody need to get their step together when he can't even pastor his own house. If you can't pastor your house and get your house right, you shouldn't be getting pastor in the church. Some folk gotta know when you get with somebody and it get to the point where you get serious, you make sure you put God. God should be your first priority in your relationship. You get what I'm saying? God should be your first priority. You should say, Lord, help me to be a better woman. Help me to be a better man. That should be your first thing. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me real clearly? Now, if that person don't want to do right, let them go. And sometimes, can I say this? Sometimes abusive relationships don't always necessarily always out. It's still stacking. I don't know. Well, you might have to come in and come back out. Hold on 1 second. All right, can you hear me? Sometimes abusive relationship don't always got to be physically. And I want you to hear me out. Sometimes your tongue can be abusive. Sometimes your tongue can be abusive by the things you say. That's why I don't never believe that word when folk always talk about some sticks and stones may break my bone, but words never hurt me. That's a damn lie. I don't believe in that because words will hurt. Or what they say ain't gonna hurt me. Okay, let somebody get up under your skin and say something real bad. You gonna get triggered and hurt. Everybody go through something. No relationship is perfect. No relationship is better than anything. Nobody relationship is better than no other relationship. You're gonna go through something, but you gotta learn how to put him first. Put God first. The Bible said, "What God joined together, let no man put us under." The reason why so many homes now can't stay together is because they allow other people to set their relationships up under. Some folks got in-laws, and Scorpio mama help me if correct me if I'm right or wrong. Some of these young folks in these generations got in-laws that are jealous. And they don't want you to have nobody because they ain't got nobody. And they start making remarks about the person that you with. And some people got miserable. And they say miserable love company. You know, you got to be careful who you surround yourself in the season where when you telling everybody that you in a relationship with. Cause just because, you know, you telling people that you with somebody, there's some people that want to praise your downfall. They don't care nothing about you being happy. They don't care nothing about you being successful in this season. They don't care nothing about you doing right. You mess around and tell the wrong somebody, you wish somebody, they'll try to take your man or take your woman, or they may throw some bitter. You got to be careful. That's why I pray in this season with everybody in 2025, that pray that everybody they have a happy, successful peace. And whoever God bless you with in this season, make sure that the person treats you right with respect and with love. Because I believe every woman deserves respect. Every man deserves respect. Period. You can't let everybody know your business. Oh, me and her was together. Me and her was doing this and this. No. Nobody don't need to know what you got outside going on. You get what I'm saying? Nobody don't need to know what you got going on. And I come to encourage everybody, keep your eyes on the prize. Let me see. I pray God will take the drugs out of my heart. We gonna pray for that, Scorpio mama. And I'm gonna say this. God can do whatever you want him to do in your life. And I speak that over you in Jesus' name. I speak that over you. And I want to encourage you in this season that you are victorious and you will not fear no evil. Don't get so intimidated, emotional by people that don't like you. See, that's what we got to stop doing. We got to stop getting so intimidated, emotional by people that don't like us. Well, I'm not going back to work no more. I'm not going back because she talked about me bad. Grow up in the spirit and understand that your blessing and your future is more important than other people's opinion. What God has for you is for you. See, this is why we got to be careful how we stop. And I'm trying not to get stirred up in the spirit, but we got to be careful how we share our blessings towards everybody. You can't share your blessings with X, Y, and Z. You can't share your blessings with this person, that person. Some people you got to walk away from in this season. You cannot allow everybody in your circle, in your life, in this season. You can forgive people from a distance, but you don't have to surround yourself. You got, see, I'm learning in this season, you have to tell yourself enough is enough. I refuse to let anybody mess up my blessing because they miserable. Because they got stuff going on in their house and they want to see me messed up. And it's not hard to say no. It's not hard. And there's nothing wrong with being alone by yourself. It's not a sin against God to have peace by yourself. The reason why some of you don't have no peace, help me, Holy Ghost. The reason why some folk don't have no peace, because you're surrounding yourself with chaos. You're feeding into negativity. You're allowing your flesh and your ego to get the best of what God has for you. If you want God to give you more double than when you're trouble, you got to crush that ego and walk away from some stuff. I don't care if it's some people that you used to love. Well, I would walk away from this person, but it's hard, and I really love this person. Well, sometimes the things you love about people can disappoint you. You got to be careful. You got to be careful what you let goes on in your ear gate and what you see through your eye gate. You got to be in this season in 2025 and say enough is enough. I refuse to go back to let people dig up my past. It is what it is. They can say what they want to say. I'm moving on to a bigger direction. I'm letting go and let God have his way in my life. I refuse. If people want to walk in negativity, if they want to die holding passes and holding grudges, that is on them. But I refuse because I want to make it into the kingdom. I'm not gonna let nobody stop my blessing just because somebody talking about me. We got to stop giving it. We got to stop letting stuff interfere in us. Too many interference spirits. I don't care if it's friends and family. Let me tell you something. Somebody got problems in their family too. And sometimes family can be your biggest enemy. And they be the main one that hurt you the most. You be thinking you trying to get a prayer through from your family. They are the whole time praising your downfall. You think they really love you, but they don't. Borrowing stuff from you and they ain't gave you nothing back. Only want to come in your, now I know I'm talking right now. Want to come around when it's convenient. Cause they see you got paid and they got their hands holding out. But as soon as you low and you need a touch, you need a friend to talk to, ain't nobody there to comfort you. You got to have that spirit to say, look here, enough is enough. I'm keeping my peace. I'm not going to let these jokers outstress me, outdo this, because I know there is power in being quiet. And I prophesy in this season, enough is enough. It is what it is. And it's the Lord's doing, and it's marvelous. Don't let this stuff intimidate you just because somebody talking crap about you. Some of us need to have a Job spirit. Some of us need to have a Job spirit. You never read in the Bible where Job was murmuring and complaining. Job took a lot of stuff from a lot of people, and Job took a lot of sickness, but he didn't never complain to God and question God why I'm going through this, why folk doing this to me, why folk doing that to me. You know what Job said? Though ye slay me, yet will I trust him. He said, and in spite of his difficult days that he went through, he said, all my appointed time, I'm going to wait until my change come. Some of us need to have a Job spirit. And we think we got his spirit, but we ain't got that yet. Some of us is impatient. We want God to do it, but we want him to do it on our time. It's not going to work like that. It's not going to work like that. When God gonna bless you, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna speak into everybody, those that listening to me right now. God is finna give you double because of the things you took it for no reason of last year. Some of you have taken on extra weight, extra burdens, depression and failed on you so bad to things that didn't have nothing to do with you. You were just trying to be a peaceful person and trying to be good and neutral. But because people tried to take advantage over you, because you had a good heart, God said He's finna give you double. He's finna give you double in the end. So let people say what they want to say because the more they say, the stronger the anointing is on your life. Some people be like, well, I was holding anger. Everything is a process. Everybody is a work in progress. But you got to want God more than you want the situation. You got to tell God, Lord, yes, I'm willing to surrender. I'm willing to give my all. You don't have to stay. It's one thing to go through something, but you don't have to get stuck in going through it. And there's nothing wrong with going through. And somebody say this, and somebody made a comment one time and say, every day in our life is gonna be easy. I beg the difference. And this is an encouragement to y'all. It's almost seem like we as people, when it comes to the culture, we feel like we can just speak our troubles away and automatically poof it happen. And Natasha, to Scorpio mama, this is for y'all that's listening to me and everybody that's listening. The Bible said a man that is born of a woman is better of those days are full of trouble. Sometimes it amazes me that how God uses, people diversity to for us to be the people that He's calling for. And any man and woman of God tells you that they have never been through a storm in their life is a person that is not qualified and ready for spiritual promotion. Because if you're going up in God, you must first go through. You cannot get the blessings of God without going through a storm. So there's some things you can't leap over. There's some things you just can't pass by. But you got to go through a storm. And if you would just check yourself and ask yourself this question, where would you be if it wasn't for your storm? Think about it. Before God allowed you to arrive to your next season, He also ordained your storm. May I submit to you today that all of us must be nailed to the cross. That means you must be crucified. You must be persecuted, talked about, lied on. If you're going anywhere in God and you want to get the blessings of God, you got to go through a storm. And you can never be the person that God has allowed you to be in this season without going through the nailing of the cross. So, in actually reality, your storm has been ordained by God. The pain that you've been going through, losing family, losing loved one, people walking out of your life, all because God ordained your storm. And once you go through and come out of it, that's when you get victory. Because God is your defense. Some things you ain't even got to defend yourself over. Scorpio mama, God is your defense. Once he your defense, he's fighting your battles. You ain't got to say nothing. I know sometimes it can be hard to keep our mouth closed, but when God fights your battles, that's all the defense that you need. I just let me give you a testimony. I never will forget. I used to let people get to me, and I'm speaking for me now. I used to let people get to me coming up, and I used to get so tired of people talking about me so bad. And I said, God, I get so sick and tired of fighting this battle and defending myself. And the Holy Spirit spoke to me clearly and said, Mookie, I did not tell you to fight this battle. He said, keep your mouth closed and I'm your defense. He said, some things you got to walk away from. Some things you got to walk away. You got to let God be God in your life. You can't find yourself trying to fight stuff that don't belong to you. That's the problem. We trying to fight things that don't even belong to us. Let God handle it. God gonna take care of it. Even when people talking about you on social media, God got a day set. Whatever a man soweth, I'm gonna say it again, those shall he reap. Because God ain't forgot about the people that stabbed you in your back. He ain't forgot the people that did you wrong. They gonna reap. They gonna reap. All reaping season is coming. I told y'all 2025 will be the year of backfire. God is finna prove himself this year. Folk that walking in evil, doing evil, demonic stuff that they ain't got no business doing. Folk that don't believe in Jesus Christ and think that ain't no God, God gonna show them better than he can tell them. And when he come after they ass, they gonna know they been got. Because when you do evil, see, people just don't understand. Don't you know there's consequences behind that? You reap what you sow. Keep on, keep sowing discord. Keep being evil. God got a day set line for you. You reap what you sow. Reap. And when God come after you, you be like, man, I coulda, I shoulda, but I didn't listen to him. This is my season. What God had to let me know to be still and know that he's God. So Scorpio mama, God's got a greater miracle that's going to come in your house. Because the things that you tolerate, because things people have done you wrong and mistreat you wrong. You have been hurt by people that didn't that you didn't do nothing to. And I told you last time, it seemed like when the Lord was telling me about your child or something passed away, it seemed like people showed their true colors over you. But God said he's going to give you peace. It may have been hard in your life, but he's going to give you peace. And your dry season is over. And every curse that been coming in your life is going to break off you. Every curse, Natasha, that you had to face coming up traumatizing in your life is going to break. God said this is of the year of yes. You coming out of this thing. You're not going to stay stuck. You're not going to stay in depression. The curse will be broken. So when I was saying life is so short, y'all, for all this beefing that's going on, I meant that when I got on Vine's panel and the Holy Ghost spoke to me very clearly to give a message, God took me that way. Now it was up for the people to receive it or reject it. I can only give you what God gives. My grandpa used to always say, tell the people what the Lord say and leave it as that and let God deal with it. But it's up to the people to receive. When the Lord spoke to me on Vaughn's panel, if y'all would have heard that, it was deep. The Lord spoke in that room. Scorpio Mama was there. It was deep. When I say enough is enough, I start seeing people changing. God is putting a change in certain people. Folks is putting their sword down and walking away from this stuff. Because you got to realize the battle's not ours. It's the Lord's. It's the Lord's. God gonna fight for. God is going, let me tell you something. God is going to fight for us. God is going to fight. You hear me? He's going to fight for us. And I just pray that everybody will have peace in the end. Some of you are already in peace. Thank the Lord. If you got peace, you just need to put in a comment. I thank God for my peace. I thank God for my peace. Because he will give us peace as passeth all understanding. That's why people like, oh, I don't see Mook out here doing this and doing that. That's why when I was on Philly Fields channel, I said, you don't see me out here beefing. I mean, everybody has their own prerogative of doing what they want to do. But it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Cause and like Natasha said, people get killed on these YouTube streets. People get killed. And I'm gonna say this, and I don't care who get mad about it. But if people keep doing all this stuff, somebody gonna end up hurt. Somebody gonna end up hurting. With all that doxing, somebody gonna end up hurting. So you stay in the race, Scorpio mama. God said, don't allow negativity, don't allow anybody to stop what God has in your path. 2025 will be the year of peace in your life. 2025 will be the year of peace in your life, Natasha. You ain't got to worry about how you gonna find it. Just walk in it. It's right in front of you. Just walk in it. You know what? I was talking to my grandpa, and me and him was talking about a lot of stuff on these YouTube streets, and he's up in his 90s. And I wish one of them days I can just bring him, like one day when I go live, and he'll just break some knowledge to y'all. Cause he's about 94. He'll be 95, I believe, this month coming up. The end of this month, I think January the 30th. He said we was talking about the stuff that's going on the YouTube streets, and I was giving him his opinion about it. And he said, you know what? He said all this stuff that folks doing on this social media, talking about the same old things. He said they ain't got free from what they doing. He said some people is still being triggered. Some people going back and forth, feeding into stuff that ain't got nothing to do with them, bringing up folk passes and things like that. And he said, you know what, grandson? Somebody gonna end up getting killed or hurt on the YouTube streets, on social media. Somebody gonna have their day coming. Cause he said there's people that die on social media. And I was like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he began to tell me, he said, you know what, Mookie, I'm so proud of you. He said, because you walked away from this stuff and you not, he said, I just don't see it in you anymore. He said, I don't see you making videos going back and forth over the same petty stuff that's childish. Yeah, Scorpio mama, I said it. I said enough is enough. I said it. When the Holy God was moving on that panel, I wish Ryan can put that live up. I wish Sister can put that live up. God was moving so strong on that panel. Best friend, it was so deep. The power of God hit. And I did my part. I did what the Lord had told me to do. It's up to the people to receive it or continue to keep walking in the spirit of fear. And I have seen people that put their swords down. I have seen people that say, I'm tired. I'm not doing this no more. And then you got some that's still going at it. But I can't change people. God have to change them. That's why I don't understand when people get in relationships, they talk about, well, I'm trying to change this man and I'm trying to make him a better person. You can't change no man. God have to change him. If God don't change him, you can't change him. Same way with a man can't change no woman. If God don't change her, it can't be done through you. Come on, I'm trying to change this person. I'm trying to make this person a better person. All you can do is pray and ask God to change them. You can't change nobody. And then you got some of these folk, and I want to encourage some of you baby daddies out here. If you got a child, take care of them. Just because you and your baby mama got problems. Now, I know the sister's going to say something when I say this. Just because you and the baby mama got a problem don't mean you got a right to neglect your child. Love your kid regardless. I don't care what you and the mother got going on. Love your child. Sometimes kids shouldn't have to be brought here. Love them. Take care of your kids. Don't avoid them because of stuff she got going on. That's the problem with some men's mess up. They get avoiding their kids. You don't do that. You be a responsibility of taking care of your children. Period. Because a woman can't teach no. Let me leave that alone. I ain't gonna mess with that because they may not like me when I say that. Well, I'm just tired of her, so I don't want the child in my. I ain't doing nothing for the child no more. Okay, that's your consequences. That ain't on the child's hand. That's on you. Blood on your hand. Got some. Thank you, Scorpio Mama. And some of these babies, daddy, they'll come right into child life in the last minute when they get older. Don't even know the birthday, don't know the date of birth, when they, how old they is. All because you mad because the baby mama got tired of your ass. Got tired of your trifling ass, and then you get mad and take it out on the child, talking about you don't want to have nothing to do with the baby no more. Because she done moved on and found somebody that's better. And then you want to sit up here, well, I ain't taking care of the baby no more. Okay, consequences on you. Consequences. If you don't want no baby, you should never had them. My dad used to say all the time, if a man don't want to take care of responsibility, they need to keep their dick in their pants. And see, I'm old school. I keep it real. I don't agree with a man avoiding a child, and I don't agree with no woman taking a child away from his father. I don't agree with that. Especially if he's trying to be a daddy. If he's trying to do, because you got some men, I'm talking about some real decent men. You got some of these men, they try to do right. Some of these silly ass women won't let them. And then you got some of these men, these men, they don't want to do it. They want to get back with the baby mama. Well, if I get back in your life, then that I can able to take care of the child. No, 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 no. You already done the damage. You already done the damage. Your job is to take care of your kid. Now look how some folk done got quiet when I say that. So you mean to tell me out of all this shit we went through, you gonna break up with me, and then you gonna tell me we just gonna have to co-parent and I can't be with you in order to take care of the kid? Nope. I feel like this. Now this is me. And I'm Aquarius. And I tell people you got one time to fuck over me. I don't give people second chances. My mama said she used to tell me you need to start giving people second chances sometimes, son. I just don't do it. because I'm Aquarius. And if you fuck over me one time, that's it. I don't care what you say, how you feel. You can go around talk about me all you want to. But if you show your true colors to me one time, my best friend will tell you. She is on this live. I told her this. I said, I'm Aquarian and I'm the type person you mess over me one time and show me your true colors. That's it. Ain't no coming back. I'm going to forgive you and love you from a distance, but I'm not putting myself back in that same predicament. That's just me. I'm going on. I'm not going to cry over you and you talking about me, you doing it. That's it. You cheat on me, that ain't no coming back. You take my heart, my kindness for weakness, ain't no coming back. I don't give a damn how much you done beg and please give me another dollar. I'll make it up to you. Kiss my ass. Well, I don't believe he said that. He supposed to be a Christian. Well, praise the Lord and kiss my ass. Now there you go. And I say it again. You screw over me one time you want to. Ain't no coming back. I'm just speaking for me. I see people get in relationships, they give folk chances after chances and chances, and know that person ain't gonna change and do right. And I be saying to myself, why would you keep wasting all your energy and all your time with somebody that ain't gonna do right by you? What the hell you doing with yourself? Like you got one time to fuck over me one period of time. That's it. I'm not explaining myself to you. I'm going on. Period. I'm not even going back and forth. That's it. You cheat on me, that's it. I'm like my grandpa, you leave, your ass is gone. You do me wrong, your ass is gone. Yeah. And then you got the nerve to come up, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cheat on the damage is done. Once you do something to a man or a woman, both ways, once you do something, the damage is done. You can't take it back. You can't take it back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I won't do it no more. The damage is already done. You did it. You done screwed that person and then went back and did it again. There's no point to keep saying sorry if you're going to keep doing it again and over and over and over and over. Because the more you say it, you're going to get tired of it. That's it. I never will forget. It was one girl my friend used to date. And he was Aquarius too, just like me. And he gave this girl one chance and she fucked over him. Had sex with the weed man. They been together for like 4, 5 years, but she had sex with the weed man. And by the time he found out about that, he said, I'm done with her ass. She got mad, got real toxic, tried to threaten him, talking about something she was gonna shoot him. And he didn't get triggered. He didn't get triggered. And he told her the next dude that you go with, God ain't gonna approve of it. Cause everything you did towards me is gonna backfire on you. Do you not know when the next person she got with start treating her so wrong and dirty? And she got in the place, got to getting quiet and crying, and oh, I wish. All right, yeah, I'm back. But that's what they do. Hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second. We be right back, y'all. Home play. All right, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Listen, I hope everybody enjoying this live. I want y'all to pray, keep my nephew in prayer. He's very sick. He had 100 and I believe he had 103. His temp was 103. We took him to the emergency room and waiting on the test to come back. He's only 3 or 4 years old, you know. So y'all pray for my nephew. He's sick. He's only 4 years old. He's sick. That's right. That's right. Yeah. So I hope everybody enjoyed this live today. You know, we had a good time. You know, and I really appreciate everybody that's been watching, this live. So I need everybody to do me a favor to share this channel. Help me to get at least about 500 subscribers. If y'all been seeing, I've been doing positive content. I've been doing positive stuff. I ain't been in no beefing. I ain't been going back and forth. I ain't been doing none of that stuff because it ain't worth it of doing. It been times that I used to tell my best friend that it been times it's so bad that I want to come out and say something, but my spirit's like, no, don't. Enough is enough. So I had to take my own advice and say enough is enough, because I believe that we is coming close to the end. So I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for watching. I hope this live helped everybody. And I hope it didn't offend anybody. But I stand on what I said when I said about Donald Trump. The man is a bigot. He's a liar. He's a racist. He don't have the sense he was born. And he don't care about nobody but himself. That's why I don't put my faith in no politics. My faith belongs to God. You got a right to do what you want to do. And see, I'm not knocking people rights. You get what I'm saying? I'm not knocking people rights or whatever they want to do and whatever they want to believe. But that's your choice. But I'm not going to vote for nobody that's like that. I'm not. That's right. Grass is not greener on the other side. That's right. That's right. You right, Scorpio mama. You right. It ain't. And before you get in a relationship, you got to learn how to love yourself. If you can't love yourself, then there's something wrong. There's something wrong with that. You got to love yourself. Tell yourself you love you. Wake up in the morning and say, I thank God for myself. I just thank God for being in the right mind. So, y'all like, subscribe, favorite. The Cash App is Mookie the Man Brown 30. So please like, subscribe, favorite, comment below. God bless you. One more thing we're going to play it and we're going to head on out of here. All right, y'all. Like, subscribe, favorite, comment below. Thank y'all for watching, y'all. Peace out.